All right. I'd like to start off by saying Barakatah Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachel Kodash. Welcome to another live lesson. The name of this one is The 304 is Pissing the Beast Off. I'm joined here by the elder Chanak from
Shalom.
Bay Camp, one of the brothers out there in San Francisco camp. And pretty much, you know what? There was a scripture I wanted to hit before we get into this. So we're just going to go into pretty much World War III. We're going to go into, this situation going on with Putin, if we get a chance to, but definitely dealing with the situation with Trump talking about he's going to just annex Greenland to America, and pretty much he's just pissing off different members of NATO. If I'm not mistaken, Denmark is a part of the EU, if I'm not mistaken. But if not, it's definitely a part of NATO. And these devils are just doing whatever the hell they want to do, and this is why the scriptures say whose look was more stout than his neighbor. But before we get into that, I was scrolling through my files to listen to the book of Joel 3 real quick, while I was getting ready. And as I was scrolling through, it just clicked on Jeremiah 20. So instead of skipping through it, I listened to Jeremiah 20 just now. And it's, it was heavy. So what I want to do is I want to get into that first, Jeremiah chapter 20. And there's only a couple of verses that I want to get, which is beautiful, So Jeremiah chapter 20, we could start at verse 10.
This is Jeremiah 20 and 10. For I heard the defaming of many.
Right. And what's that? They were defaming the prophet Jeremiah. Similar to what's going on today. They're trying to defame the prophets. They're defaming the prophets among the unbelieving. They're defaming the prophets among the infidels and the nations. But as long as we're pure in the eyes of Yahweh Bashem El Shai, that's all that counts. And if you want to say something, whenever you feel like jumping in. So go ahead.
For I've heard the defaming of many, fear on every side. Report, say they, and we will report it. All my familiars watched for my halting.
Right. All my familiars watched for my halting. And these individuals that's doing it, for the most part, they know they're Israelites. They know we're Israelites. But their whole thing is about overthrowing us, making us halt. Hoping that GMS just totally disappears, beginning with Elder Pastor on down. But that's not going to happen. The scriptures say, if this work be of men, it will come to naught. But if it be of the Most High, you cannot overthrow it. So we've witnessed it time and time again. Brothers in GMS, a few sisters that's still hanging in there, they've witnessed it. People from other camps, witnessed it. All of these demons that have come against, the men of Great Millstone over the years, after a while, they just fade out into the sunset or fade off. You want to say something?
No, that's basically the what's been going on. They come for a moment, the spirit of Satan's on them for a moment, and then they fade off because they don't have that the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Shai to continue to keep going like the prophets are.
That's it.
That's it. Which is really just a test to, the true prophets, the true men of Yahweh Bashem Shai doing the right thing. Because time is going to tell, who's right and who's wrong. That's all I have to say.
That's right. So it says, all my familiars watch for my halting. Good.
Saying, pre-adventure, he will be enticed.
Right. They think that, and that's why you have certain individuals that may come around your circle and they may try to offer you shit. First of all, we don't want nothing you got to offer. We don't want your stinking chop. Inside joke, but we don't want nothing that you have to offer. all we care about is the work of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. All we care about is the only reason that we even speak about any of these other groups is because they're going off on a doctrine. Because me personally, and I'm sure all of the apostles and bishops and elders and brothers, serious-minded brothers in Great Millstone, we're not concerned with that gossip bullshit. You know, you can miss us with that gossip column bullshit. You know, that doesn't do nothing for me. I don't get off and watching, you know, this guy talk about that guy and this one's talking about that. That shit is girly shit to me. You know, I'd rather just, you know, if you're going off on doctrine, fix it. You know, before the Lord fix it, as the brother's been saying. You know, if you are, you know, if it's something that you're dealing with personally that, you know, it's a vice of yours or whatever the case may be, pray to the Lord, work on that. You know, but the main thing that we're concerned of is making sure that the truth and the proper and true doctrine is being taught and is being taught properly. You know, we ain't trying to sit here to, you know, find out, you know, what you're doing with your woman or fuck all of that. You know, just do the work. Make sure you're doing the work right. You know, and if some stuff come up, then we'll talk about it. But we're not, you know, into that whole gossip shit. You know, it's just when individuals try to defame us, which they've been doing, they end up the tables end up turning on them. Look at Polite. Years ago, he was accusing of certain things, and he was the one that was charged by it. You know, the IUIC, they was talking cash money dollar bill shit about us and bearing false witness on us, calling us bums and rapists, and we had like to have sex with little girls and all that. And then what happened? That Joy Morgan thing happened, you know, where one of their members, you know, took her out, right? Then all of a sudden, the same individual that right now has got a hard on for saying that we are bums and that we great little girls, he was saying, I'm not gonna say, you know, that Great Millstone are bums or that they're great little girls because I have no proof of that. And I'm telling you today, you know, not to say that about these men. You know, but now all of a sudden he got a hard on to say that shit that he said he wasn't gonna say again. You know? But that's all right. Keep doing you. You have something?
Yeah, I had a precept.
What you got?
Yeah, Psalm 62. Psalm 62 and 4.
Let's go.
Well, I'll start at 3. It says, how long will ye imagine mischief
You got it.
against a man? Ye shall be slain, all of you. See? Because basically what they're doing is mischief. Like the apostles going into, you know, how they're saying that, you know, from the apostles on down, you know what they're saying about the little girls and stuff like that. When they have no proof,
right?
You know, it's basically false witness. It's really to cast us down. It's really to you know, discourage us from pushing this truth, to have that negative stigma on us. Okay, we shall be slain, all of you, because all the enemies of Yahweh Bashem Shai, ultimately they're going to be taken out. Because you're actually not coming against us, you're coming against the Lord. That's okay, right. Because we come in the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Shai.
That's right. That's right.
As a bowing wall shall ye be, and as a tottering fit, like for example, Polite. Okay, you had with Jermaine Grant, the so-called God sent comforter. He was. I remember I was watching the videos. He was talking cash money shit back in the day, you know. And what did the Lord do? He took him out on April Fool's Day. Okay, again, Polite. He was one of those main individuals, you know, shooting up the Bible. You know, cursing out, you know, the apostles, saying there's the Crips, Bloods and the Crips, and trying to put that negative, you know, in this society, you do that, you a pedophile, that's like the worst thing. You can be a bank robber, you know, that's okay, you know, but if you do that, that's like the worst, you know, stigma that you can have on you in this society. Even the thugs and people in jail, they look down upon that, and they try to put it on the apostles, but the nigga was doing the same thing. He was actually doing it. He wasn't doing the same thing. He was actually doing it and got caught up. And where's the Israelite community at? Okay, as a bowing wall shall you be, and as a tottering fence. They only console. You got Alizé. Okay, he literally getting popped up the ass. And you have to ask yourself, if he's willing to do that with his woman, What else is he willing to do? What else has he done? Okay, right here. This is the point. They only consult to cast him down from his excellency. Now, this is Esau, but as Yahushua said, year of your father the devil.
Yep.
The main ones that come against this truth really are the Israelites of these other Israelite camps, and these these individuals that are watching, that want the drama. They love the drama.
Yep.
What is that? Ezekiel 33. They come to you and they listen to what you got to say, but they're not going to follow. They're not going to follow what you say.
They won't do what you say.
It's entertainment. Israelites. It's all about entertainment, and this is why they like the theatrics, the glitter, the garments,
the gimmicks,
because it's nothing but entertainment to them. It pleases their flesh, okay, in many regards. It's not a serious thing. Or even on the pastor, they do rap concerts, right? Beauty pageants, the glitter and the garments and the gimmicks.
Yep.
It's all a gimmick to them. But in the seriousness, they don't take these things. Oh, the romaine lettuce.
Oh Lord.
They only consult to cast him down from his excellency. They delight in lies.
Yep.
Right. They'll literally lie on you, or just to take the heat off of them. But see, the Most High is going to keep the heat, okay, on you false witnesses.
Yep. You
demons. They bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly. Selah. And that's the spirit of Esau. But again, as Yahushua said in John 8:44, year of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye would do. They're in that free Barabbas spirit. Okay, here it is. Yahushua, he was blameless, but they were so enraged at the righteous spirit on Yahushua that they gnashed their teeth. They just couldn't be around. They want to kill him.
Yeah, because they couldn't beat him.
But that's it on that part.
All right, so let's go back to Jeremiah.
Yep, Jeremiah 20. I'll read 10 again. For I heard the defaming of many, fear on every side. Report, say that, and we will report it. All my familiars watched for my halting, saying, Pre-adventure he will be enticed, and we shall prevail against him, and we shall take our revenge on him.
And that's what they're looking to. They really want us to fall so they can rejoice. They really want to see us in a bad situation because they feel within themselves, because they feel with demons that we're wicked because we're cursing everybody out for not keeping true to the doctrine, for not breaking the scriptures down correctly. And that's pretty much what they hope for us. Go ahead.
Yep. It says there. It says
11.
It says, but the Lord Yahweh Shemashai is with me as a mighty terrible one.
Right. Yahweh Shemashai is with us as a mighty terrible one. Go ahead.
Therefore, my persecutors shall stumble.
And that's why you see these individuals from time to time over the years, going all the way back to the 3 blind mice, all the way to the present. You see them stumbling. You see them falling. Go ahead.
It says, and they shall not prevail. I remember them too.
Yeah, 3 blind mice. It says, and they shall not prevail. Them guys were a joke.
Yeah.
So, but they're not going to prevail. And that's all. They salivating for that. They salivating for us to fall. But we're just being honest in what we're saying and what we're teaching. We're not coming with any gimmicks. You're not going to come to Great Millstone and see, festivities, concerts and, and just bullshit, wet t-shirt parties and all that evil world shit. You're not going to get that. You're going to get the truth, and that's it. Now, if you are part of Great Millstone and you do happen to come around brothers, sometimes brothers will watch the game or watch a fight or watch an MMA, event or something like that. But for the most part, you're going to get the scriptures. You're going to get spiritual talk. You're going to get health talk. You're going to get yoga talk. Hey brother, did you take your tinctures today? Go ahead.
Did you drink your juice?
Yeah.
You take the water?
Speaking of juice.
It says, they shall be greatly ashamed.
And that's what you see happening. They shall be greatly ashamed. And this was an example of what happens when you come against the doctrine of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and you badmouth the very men that taught you. Look, we just want you to, we just want Jake out there to teach the truth right. Teach the doctrine right. And if you're a part of the elect, you'll get it.
Yep.
And if you're not going to get it. And that's the bottom line. It says they shall be greatly ashamed. But now you exalt yourself to a position you don't belong in. You take on too much on yourself, right? Like Dathan, Corey, and Abiram tried to do. And guess what? Their names are forever stained with that wicked event that took place. Just in the twinkling of an eye like that. Their names are written and etched in history forever. As the three goons that came against Moses and Aaron and tried to exalt themselves to take on, a leadership position that didn't belong to them. And what happened? They got smoked. They got judged. Their families got judged with them. Their cattle, everything that they had went down into that hole. And they will forever be etched, in stone in the scriptures. They shall be greatly ashamed. Go ahead.
It says, for they shall not prosper. Their everlasting confusion shall never be forgotten.
Right, because it's going to be something that's going to be etched forever. Go ahead.
It says, but, O Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai of hosts, that tries the righteous and seest the reins and the heart, let me see thy vengeance on them.
Let me see thy vengeance on them. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing the Lord slowly but surely take vengeance on individuals, because for years, these dudes been talking all kind of shit, and after a while, you happy about it that they talking shit because it's damn, we must be doing something right. But after a while, it's like, damn, man, when the Lord gonna judge these devils, And then when the Lord does it, it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And that's what the point that we're at right now.
Right.
Let me see thy vengeance on them. Hey, in the book of Job, it says that he markets them or something. How does it go? In the open sight of others. The term open sight of others is in there. And I'll just read the rest of this while you find that. That's like Job 34 or something like that. Let me see thy vengeance on them, for unto thee have I opened my cause. And that's why we plead our cause to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. We're not looking for what's the word I'm looking for? We're not looking for validation from anybody else but Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Because the Lord knows best. And when he judges, it's going to be correct. It's going to be precise. It's going to be no wiggling around from that. You ain't going to worm your way out of that. You found it?
Yeah, kind of.
Where you at? Job 34?
34 and 26.
All right, let me get that real quick. Job. And it says they shall be greatly ashamed. Go ahead.
Yep. Can I start up a little bit?
Yeah, wherever.
Yep. I'll start up a little bit. Let me start. Let me start at 19. I'm gonna go down, but then I'll read, and you could just,
All right.
This is Job 34:19. It says, "How much less to him that accepted not the persons of princes, nor regardeth the rich more than the poor, for they all are the works of his hands."
Yeah. So the Lord don't give a damn how great you are, what great title you have, how much riches you have, or how poor you are, how high or low you are. We all his work. So whatever he sees fit and whatever is right to be meted out to each individual, that's what they're gonna get. Go ahead.
In a moment they shall die,
Mm-hmm.
and the people shall be troubled at midnight,
Right. That's Esau's midnight when Esau is about to go down. Go ahead.
and pass away, and the mighty shall be taken away without hand.
Yeah, because Yahushua is coming back to take Esau out without hands.
Yeah,
He ain't gonna lift up a sword. He ain't gonna lift up no weapon. He's gonna let out a blast of fire out of his mouth, which is his chariot. Go ahead.
For his eyes are upon the ways of men, of man, and he seeth all his goings.
Mm-hmm.
There is no darkness nor shadow of death, where the workers of iniquity may hide themselves.
Right. You can't hide. Nowhere to run to, baby. Nowhere to hide. Go ahead.
For he will not lay upon man more than right,
Mm-hmm.
that he should enter into judgment with the Most High.
Right. So whenever the Lord brings judgment, no one could, chide with the Lord and say, "Lord, what you doing? This is unfair to me." You know, what you're doing is more than what I haven't done this much wickedness for you to judge me in this fashion. First of all, you ain't got nothing to say. Yeah.
He shall break in pieces mighty men without number.
Right. That's that great multitude, Armageddon, which was going to tie right into the lesson.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's
beautiful.
Right, that's right. And set others in their stead.
Right, because Yahushua's kingdom is going to be established along with the joint heirs, which are beginning with the elect of the nation of Israel. Go ahead.
Therefore he knoweth their works, and he overturneth them in the night.
Right, Esau's night. Go ahead.
So that they are destroyed.
Right, and this is also dealing with the enemies of Israel, and also dealing with the enemies of the prophets, which are the enemies of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Go ahead.
He striketh them as wicked men in the open sight of others.
He striketh them as wicked men in the open sight of others. That's why the scripture we read before that in Jeremiah 20, it said that they shall be greatly ashamed. So he striketh them as wicked men in the open sight of others. And that's what we witnessed. So now, you had anything you wanted to say?
I'll just read 27.
Okay, go ahead.
It says, because they turned back from him and would not consider any of his ways.
So you through. So if you want to say something.
No, I'm good.
All right, so I'm going to get to this. Right here, I have a statue of Mars, the god of war. And we happen to be in March. Today actually being March 16th. So we're a little after the second. We're actually into the third week of March already. Damn.
Yeah.
This year just started.
That's crazy.
Now, March is known as the time of war, which goes back to the Romans. Now, when you type in Google, is March a time of war? Something like that, they're going to say, no, it's not, blah, 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 blah. People say, but look, it is. It goes back to the Roman Empire. Now, this individual here, I was trying to see what that was in his hand, that small thing in his hand. I tried to search what it was, small stick. So I don't know, because I've seen a few statues like this. So I don't know if it was a spear that was broken off or broken, or if it was a small stick that he had, or some kind of, it ain't important, but us, we wanted to just kind of look into it. Was it a scroll? Was it something? But I couldn't find anything on it, But the point is that the month of March is a month where they officiate or push a lot of wars. Now, what I did do was on the Google, you could type in Mars, God of War. Oh, you got DuckDuckGo. So it might not come up.
I can go. I got Google too.
It might not come up. Let me see. Mars, God of War. And usually they give you like an overview. Is that it right there? Mars was considered? No. It says in Roman mythology. Okay, nah, it doesn't come up on yours. In Roman.
This is Google?
Yeah, Rome depiction. That's all right. So I'm gonna just read it for mine,
Okay.
It says, in Roman mythology, Mars is the god of war, agriculture, and protector of the civilization. See, so god of war. He's a central figure in the Roman pantheon alongside Jupiter and Juno, and was highly regarded by the Roman army. It says depiction. Mars is often depicted nude, freakism, or in military garb with a plumed helm and spear.
Also, I believe that was a spear that probably broke off.
Probably was broken off, yeah. That's what I was looking at. If you could see it. I don't know if you could see it. So he's sometimes shown as a mature man with a beard or as a youth. Shalom, Bun. Yeah, Shabbat. Hey, if you wanna join in, you're more than welcome, my brother. Attributes. Mars controls war and the passion that fuel it. He's associated with wolves and woodpeckers. And his spear is wrapped in laurel to symbolize peace through war.
Remember, what's the scripture? Through, like Antiochus and Daniel, through peace has destroyed many.
Right, through peace has destroyed many, right. Yeah. And that's their motto.
Yep.
Their words are smoother than butter, but war was in their heart. Matter of fact, let's get there real quick.
Yep. And it also reminds me of where they have the Let me just get the scripture. Okay.
That's Psalms 55.
Yeah, Psalms 55, 21.
Yep.
Yeah, let me get that. Yep.
So, guys, finish your point.
No, Psalm. No, I'll just go right into it.
You can start at 19.
Remind me of the I don't know, it's the American seal or the seal of the United States, where you have the eagle on one side. It's the damn. I gotta look back into it. But one side represents peace, the other side represents war.
Is that's on the money you said?
I gotta look back.
Or is it on the Department of War or something like that?
I'm gonna look back and I'll look it up. I forget, but yeah, this is Psalms.
You can start at 19, 55, 19.
Psalms 55 and 19. It says, "The Most High shall hear and afflict them, even he that abideth of old, Selah, because they have no changes. Therefore, they fear not the Most High."
Right, and that's why Esau just keeps on going and doing what he does without fear of the Lord, because nothing has happened to them. Mm-hmm. Nothing significant has happened to them to make changes to remove them from their status that they're in. So because they're not removed from the status that they're in, they're not really in adversity like other men. They really believe that the Most High is with them, so they continue on doing the wickedness that they do. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's like It was the Great Seal, United States.
Okay, that's on the back of the dollar bill.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So one side represents war, which is the arrows.
Gotcha. Okay.
And the other side represents the olive leaf,
right?
Which represents peace.
Peace. Yep. That's on the eagle. You know, that banner with the eagle, and it has the 6-pointed star above it.
Yeah, and then when Trump when he did his one of his speeches, the eagle was facing the other way. It was facing towards the arrow. Usually, it faces towards the olive branch. So basically, he's like, "I'm coming." When he came in office, I'm coming with war.
Yep, and you see it happening. That's why he's gonna rename the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America. Just who gave you permission to do that? No, they call their lands after their own name. Hey, even the sea, they do that too. Now they talking about annexing Greenland. We're gonna get it one way or the other. So basically, this you just come in that gangster spirit, okay? Okay, you came in there on that gangster spirit, okay? True. You know. So it goes on to say, I'll read some more of this while you know.
I get
okay,
it.
go ahead.
No worries.
Sorry.
Yep. It says
20, verse 20.
20. It says he has put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him.
Because we know Gad, he did that to Gad. But isn't Denmark supposed to be a part of NATO or a part of the EU or both?
It's part of the EU for sure, isn't it?
Yeah, so ain't they supposed to be allies? So pretty much they got an agreement to help each other out in war against Russia or economic situations against Russia, right? Or anybody else. But here it is. He's talking about annexing Greenland, which is Denmark isn't in charge over that. You know, so basically he's just slapping him in the face. Says, "Shut up! I'm taking your shit. I'm taking your lunch money, and you're gonna like it." Okay,
bully.
Yeah, and that's the word hegemony, as Elder Pastor breaks it down. And Occam's razor, which is the bully of the block.
Yep.
And people are getting tired of the bully on the block because the bully on the block is getting old. He's getting decrepit. His knee hurts.
Yeah.
His hip is fucked up.
Yeah.
He's backed up. He ain't took a shit in years.
Centuries.
Yeah, he got dysentery all up in his bowels and his system. His eyes are turning different colors from all the toxins he got in his body.
Well, he lived deliciously.
Yes, sir.
He was on the top. So when you on the top, like the fighter, he become world champion. And what does he do? He takes start doing drugs, start sleeping with hella women, start partying hard. Alcohol, and the meanwhile you have the contenders. They train hard, they hungry, they ready for his ass. You see what I'm saying? To where we gonna get him. And he gets in there and he gets his ass beat, man.
Hard.
Okay.
His eyes broke. His tongue is hanging out his mouth.
But before the fight, he talking hella big shit, like because he's been on top for so long.
He got like 7 teeth knocked out of his mouth in one blow.
Fractured.
His eye broke. Piece of his ear is missing from a bullet that flew by.
What does the scripture say? He was more stout than his fellows.
Yep. And that's it. I'm sorry. No. Point.
No, I was gonna say his fellow Edomites.
Yeah.
Right. Well, the scriptures also say the Lord of the Egyptian against the Egyptian.
Beautiful.
You know what I mean? Isaiah the 19th chapter.
Which is going into American against American,
right.
But you could use that in the sense of that union. But you got it.
Well, because it says city against city,
right?
Kingdom against kingdom.
Yeah, you're right.
Right. So Esau as a whole is one nation, but they're divided even within the Edomites. You know, that's that divide and conquer. That's that the Most High. Well, even Russia, right? Russia is the Edomite nation,
right?
But the Most High, he has divided them to fight against each other. Well, World War I, World War II is what? Those were Edomites fighting against each other.
Yep. I got something to back you real quick before you read on. It's Obadiah 1:7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. These are the men that are in league with thee. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him.
Yeah. Oh, you go ahead, Papa.
And then he's delusional. It's like he's doing all this wicked shit to his allies,
to his own,
right? And then he's turning around when they sting him in the ass, turn around and be like, "Damn, why y'all doing this to me? Haven't I been good to you? Look what you've been doing, man. You've been sticking it to him all this time, right? Inside joke, but for real, and now you're delusional. You're like what's that big bitch name? Dank Damas. And that she talking about in her head, she don't think she's as big as she is. Well, that's America. America's delusional. Here it is, they're causing all type of havoc against these nations, their own allies. And then when the allies turn around and sting them, they're going to be looking like, damn, why is this going on? But look how you treating everybody.
Canada has been the first state.
I mean, he just going wild. He going buck wild. And like Elder Pastor Charles said, this guy is making decisions, or he actually just saying shit without even thinking it over.
Yep.
And people are getting tired of it. You want to say
I'm saying the Lord is putting the spirit on Trump. Well, what does the scripture say? I believe that's Psalm 64. How their tongue shall fall upon themselves.
Yep.
You get into character. He'll get into these actors. They'll get into character and they'll forget that they're in character, and they'll just keep it's like an actual spirit that come upon them where it is like they just speak. They can't get out of that character because Trump is a character. He's an actor.
Yeah, and that's why the international banking families put him in there, because he's unpredictable. He's coming unhinged. He doesn't have any filters, right? He just, whatever comes to his mind, he just says it. So just beautiful, because remember the scripture say that the little horn had a great mouth speaking great things or something along those lines. You see, and that's the Lord using Trump, using Vice President Vance, going over there to scold the very allies. They think that he's going to speak good for them. He's scolding them, cursing them out. So they're like, you know what, man, fuck y'all.
Yep. Well, that's why they'll still do agreements with you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They're still going to do business with you, but the whole time they're all with each other behind doors, unbeknownst to you, getting ready to take advantage of you. When the time is right, they're all going to turn on you in an instant.
That's it.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh shit, what happened?
That's what it says. They shall hate the whore and burn it with fire.
Yeah.
Because they say, you know what, man? The only solution is take this mother effer out. Because really, America, the Edomite American, has been the bane of the world's existence. They've been the main ones that's been causing havoc on the world. I mean, you have Britain and the Dutch and all of that. Yeah, but America right now is the one that's swinging that hammer, like March, Martis, which I believe March, because I know in Spanish martillo is hammer, martel in German is hammer. So I'm not sure if Martis, which is the Spanish way martes of saying Tuesday, but it could also be like a hammer, for war. You have Thor, the god of, what is it called? Thor, the god of something.
God of thunder.
The god of thunder. There you go.
I got a precept for you. Going on to that Jeremiah 50, and I got two precepts. Jeremiah 50 and 23. It says, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken?
Beautiful.
How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations?
Yeah, because you're losing your power. You're losing that sway. That's why it says, he that smote the nations with a continual stroke is persecuted and none hindereth.
Yeah.
So now you're done. It's the Lord said, when you cease from dealing treacherously, they're going to deal treacherously with you. So you're at your final years, or should I say your final days. You know, you're on the downward trajectory. Your days of peaking and rising are they've come to an end. You're on your way down, and this nation America and this empire America is going to take the hardest fall that any nation has ever taken in the world.
Well, the bigger you are, the harder you fall.
There you
That's
go.
the same.
There you go.
Now, I got that when you were talking about March. I want to look it up. You was on point. March in the Edamon. Okay. And I'll read that. Let me go down to the old French marchere, to stride, march, walk, to trample, tread underfoot. Right? And then you go down, right here to the, like you were saying, like martillo is hammer in Spanish.
Yeah.
It goes back to, march.
Yeah, get down, brother.
Yeah, it goes back to the hammer.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
But look what it says next to it.
Trample the feet.
Right. So now, what does that remind you of? Let's go to Daniel chapter 7.
Woo.
And 7. So you've been a hammer. You've been hammering people. You've been beating them down. You've been kicking them in the ass for a long time, and it's time for you to get your up and comings. That was Sergeant Elias in the movie Platoon. He said he was talking to, there was chiefing one by this tree, him and Charlie Sheen, and he said, we've been kicking ass for so long, I figure it's time for us to get our ass kicked.
Yep.
And it's true.
Yep.
Hey, you can give a good ass whooping, but can you take one?
Yep.
You got it.
Yeah, this is Daniel 7:7. And after this, I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible.
And this would be the final beast, but it would be a 2-part beast. Go ahead.
And strong exceedingly. And it had great iron teeth.
That's dealing with their military. And they were like ferocious, like a ferocious beast, because it was a conglomeration or a union of many different countries coming together, and that's why they were so fierce. Because the ancient Roman Empire annexed a lot of those different areas in that region. That's why they took over the whole Mediterranean region, because that was the most money making areas. Because if you had no ports, you had ships that came to those ports, you was making cash money. So they ruled the whole known world at the time, and they ruled pretty much the very center of commerce for the most part through those waters back then. Go ahead.
Yep. It says it devoured and brake in pieces and stamped the residue with the feet of it.
Right. It devoured and break in pieces because their militaries were strong. I mean, they were just running through people. It says, and stamped the residue with the feet of it, just like we read for the in the Etamon, for March, where it said from Latin Marcus hammer via notion of tramping the feet. All right.
You have to trample, tread underfoot.
That's it. So go ahead.
Yep. It says, and stamped the residue with the feet of it, and it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it.
Right, in the succession of the rulers. Go ahead.
And it had 10 horns.
And these 10 horns today represents the European Union. Back then they had ancient names. You had the Ostrogoths, you had the Visigoths, you had the Suevi, you had the Heruli, you had the Vandals, you had the Anglo-Saxons, you had the Franks, you had the Alemanni, you had the Suevi, and you had the Veruli or something like that. So it was like 10 ancient names that they had, but it was all of those different regions today. You know, the world knows as so-called Europe. You know, go ahead.
Yep, it says, and I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn.
And that's America. See, that's in Daniel the 7th chapter. That's a super deep mystery of the second part or the second leg of the Roman Empire, which scholars do not know. They know about the four beasts.
Mhm.
They know about the Syro-Babylonian Empire. They know about the Medo-Persian Empire. They know about the Greek Empire. They know about the Roman Empire. They don't know nothing about America. That's why you have these clowns today in the churches talk about America is not in the Bible. But it is. It's just not under the name America.
Mhm.
You just don't know because the mysteries ain't been revealed to you because you're a false prophet.
That's right.
You know? Go ahead.
Before whom there were three of the first horns plucked up by the roots.
Right. And if you know the history of America, you know that America had the War of Independence, which was against England. And that's where you have English sounding names in America, in certain cities and towns and states. Then you had the Spanish American War, which was fought between America and Spain. And that's where you have certain different states in America that have Spanish names. And then you had
California,
the California,
San
right?
Francisco.
San Francisco, Nevada. You know, then you had the French Indian Wars,
Mhm.
which you had the French join hand in hand with Gad to fight against the Americans. But eventually the Americans beat their ass, you know? Now you had Napoleon Bonaparte, who was engaged in so many wars that the major hold that they had in America, they sold it to America to be able to fund the wars that they had going on in so-called Europe. That's where you had something called the Louisiana Purchase. You know, so he had to sell because he was involved in so many wars. He didn't have enough resources, money, and men to come over here to defend his position on this side of the world. So he ended up selling it. See, so there's a lot of history. So those three so-called European nations had a stronghold in America till America, you know, routed them out.
Mhm.
You see? So these scholars don't understand that history because that's not just, it's history, but it's when it comes to the scriptures, it's a mystery.
Yeah.
You
That's
see?
Colossians 1 and 26. You know?
There you go. You want to say a few words on it?
No, I just got it real quick. Colossians 1 and 26.
Let's
Even
go.
the mystery which have been hid from ages and from generations,
Beautiful.
but now it's made manifest to the saints.
You can speak on it if you want.
That was it. It's plain and
Okay.
simple.
That's he said plain and simple. You know, and that's why these devils can't get it because it's not meant for the carnal mind to get. There's certain things you could break down carnally, physically, but then there's other things that are very spiritual that you have to be tapped in or connected into the spirit to be able to understand. You know, and I've never heard anyone break down this Bible like the men, what they call the former One Westers. I never heard anybody break the scriptures down like that. You know, you have certain individuals out there that can go into certain historical facts and, you know, certain prophecies that have already taken place. But when it comes to the deep mysteries and prophecies that still to play out, they ain't got it.
Mhm.
Can't touch this.
Can't touch it.
So let's go.
Yep, it says, I'll read it from the top again. I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn, before whom there were three of the first horns plucked up by the roots. And behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of a man.
That's dealing with America.
And a mouth speaking great things.
And that's America talking shit. And man, if Trump does not epitomize, embody that picture. If you had to think, because the mind thinks in pictures. So if you would want a picture in your mind to understand what that scripture is saying, you would picture Trump and the shit that he be talking. Go ahead.
Yep.
And the mouth speaking great things. You know, and that's America. So now let's go. I'm gonna go here so we can go to the. Did you have something?
No.
Let's go.
Yeah, one more.
Yeah, what you got?
Isaiah 33.
Let me.
Because you were speaking on how You know, basically, you know, the Esau's when the bully, you're speaking on the bully
on the block,
the bully on the block, and the bully, he's been bullying everybody. But then when something happens to him, he's like, oh, what did I do? Why? Oh no, you know, can you take it?
Can you stand the rain?
You know what I mean? Can you stand the rain? You could throw a punch, but can you take a punch? And it's going to be found out that America can't take a punch.
Right.
Okay. When the hell comes upon America, people going to just wither. You know, they're going to crumble because they've never been in a state of adversity.
Right.
They never had the heat on them. They've always been putting the heat on other people. All right. And just all gas, no brakes.
Damn.
This is Isaiah 33:1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, right? Because America never really suffered anything. They had certain wars, but that was to establish what they have today. The people here in America, they've never had a war really on their soil. They've never been in a state of, you know, heavy wartime rations, bombs dropping, you know, having to run from their lives. They don't have those type of stories.
Yep.
They've always did military actions outside their country. Oh, you had Zelensky, right? When he that heated argument with Trump and Vance, he said, "Yeah, you have a big ocean." Yeah, but right? Remember that he said you have a big ocean, but you're gonna know very soon.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna know very soon. Basically, hey, that hell is gonna come upon you very soon, man.
Yep.
Okay, but you've been protected. You got this nice little ocean where, you know, you're protected. Nobody can just come into your border, right? But very soon you're gonna feel the pain. That's basically what he was saying.
So basically, he prophesied on him.
Yeah. The Lord, men's goings are of the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get this real quick. Oh, matter of fact, let me finish up what I had here to read a little bit more of these attributes of Mars.
Okay.
And it goes on to say, oh, you know what? Oh, snap. I think I got rid of it. So you know what? Never mind. It's all good because you know what? The main point was already made on that. So let's go to the first article. This first article here is Trump claims to Greenland could spark war between NATO countries. All right. And there's let me see. Is that the one? Just bear with me 1 second. There's a couple. Because this was sent to me by two different brothers. One was sent to me by the brother Corner Watt from the New York camp. And the other one was sent to me by Yashalam. So this top one was sent to me by him. And the bottom one was sent to me by the brother Priest Yashalam in New York. So here it says Trump's claim to Greenland could spark war between NATO countries, Danish MP. Now, I was trying to find a point in here that he actually, let me see, would mean. Let me try it like this. Just try this, you know, in the interest of time. Would mean. Here we go. So it says here, in a post on X on Friday, Yarlov said Denmark does not appreciate the Secretary General of NATO joking with Trump about Greenland like this. It would mean war between two NATO countries, he warned, relating that Denmark has repeatedly refused to consider relinquishing control of Greenland. In a separate post, he wrote that joining the U.S. remains completely out of the question for Greenland, and that such a scenario can only be achieved if the USA invades militarily. And that's not going to be good because they're supposed to be allies. You see? Now, there's another one in the same one. This one here, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this one may have a video, but I don't really want to play it because, you know, I know that right now YouTube in America, I believe in general, banned, you know, RT News. That's why you don't see any RT News live anymore. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is just going to read some of this. It says U.S. annexation of Greenland will happen and NATO could get involved. Trump. The U.S. has quite a few soldiers in the Arctic island, and maybe you'll see more, the president has said. So basically, they're just gangsters.
Yep.
You know, you wanted to say something?
No.
It says President Donald Trump has told NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte that he would like the U.S.-led military bloc to assist Washington in securing Greenland following talks in the Oval Office on Thursday. Yeah, because they're saying that Greenland is too far, that America is closer. We already have troops there. You know, we're better equipped to protect it. Blah, blah, blah. Trump initially proposed buying the Danish autonomous territory during his first term in 2019, and has reignited the discussion after returning to office. Speaking at a recent joint session of Congress, he stated that the U.S. will secure the island one way or the other. Ooh. So, as they say, by what? By hook or by crook. So either you're going to give it up and turn it loose, or we're going to take it.
Get down or lay down.
That's it.
Yeah.
There ain't going to be no other options. And that's how America gets down. Yeah. That's why they've been the bully of the block. And as the scripture we read earlier, how has the hammer of the whole earth been broken? You know, and if you brothers want to say anything, you know, jump on down, Daddy Rich.
Well, that's how he's always been getting down, you know. And he's so demonic. He'll do it to his own, you know.
Yeah.
He don't care.
Nah, because at the end of the day, it's all about protecting the future of America.
Yep.
Babylon the Great.
That's it.
It says, asked by journalists on Thursday about his vision on the potential annexation of Greenland, Trump stated, "I think it will happen." But over here he says, one way or the other, right? It says, "I didn't give it much thought before," right? Because he doesn't think when he speaks. He just speaks. And afterwards, he'll make sense of it. It says, "But I'm sitting with a man who could be very instrumental. You know, Mark, we need that for international security." The U.S. president said, turning to the NATO chief, "We have a lot of our favorite players cruising around the coasts, and we have to be careful. We'll be talking to you." Rutte downplayed the proposal, saying with a chuckle that when it comes to Greenland, joining or not joining the U.S., I would leave that outside this discussion because I do not want to drag NATO into that. So that's your allies. Mm-hmm. However, the NATO chief went on to say that Trump is totally right in highlighting security concerns in the high north and the Arctic, given the increased presence of Russia and China in the region. He highlighted the importance of Western nations working together on this under the U.S. leadership. Trump reiterated that the U.S. really needs Greenland. We really need that spot for both national and international securities. I think that's why NATO might have to get involved in a way.
America trying to position itself.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know, it says the president noted that the U.S. already has a couple of bases and hundreds of soldiers in Greenland, suggesting that maybe you'll see more and more soldiers go there. So basically, he just pretty much is telling, look, we're going to take your shit.
Yep.
One way or the other. It's going to happen. Doesn't matter what you say, it's going to happen.
Yep. Get down or lay down.
That's it. Matter of fact, hold on deck Isaiah 14 and 4.
I already got it.
You got it? Okay, beautiful. You got it. As a matter of fact, let's read that and we'll come back to this.
We'll get to it.
Yep.
Isaiah 14 and 4. Isaiah 14 and 4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon.
Right. A proverb is like a taunting thing. You know, it's like a riddle, but it's like in a taunting fashion. Like when we became a proverb in the byword, they call us niggers, spics, spooks, wetbacks. So they're identifying us, but by names that are offensive.
Right.
You know, so we're out here cursing the devil. Matter of fact, hold on, Isaiah 13 and 1 on down. Okay. You know, we're out here cursing this devil out, telling them you're going down. You've had control over the world for a long time. Now it's time for you to go down. Just like you made many people out there miserable and fatherless and motherless and all this, it's your turn to leave your fatherless children.
The chickens coming home to roost, as they say.
There you go.
Oh, you know what? Can Can I
interject?
I didn't finish Isaiah 33. That one is
Okay,
going
so like we're gonna come back to that. No, go ahead.
Right, what you're saying. If you can expound upon it. Isaiah 33:1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee.
Right. So you robbed people. You dealt. You promised them the sun, moon, and the stars, and you gave them a hot pot of shit instead. So now it's time for you to get your upcomings, or however that saying goes, up and comings, or whatever the hell, however the hell that goes. Go ahead.
When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled.
So now you're at the point where you're almost so comfortable that you're just about to lay back and just enjoy the fruits of your demonic labor. But that's when you're gonna really feel that heat, like it says in Job 20. When he's about to fill his belly, then the Lord shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him. And the fury of the Lord's wrath is beginning with these different nations and their militaries coming against you.
That's it. What was that? Joel, the 3rd chapter. Wake up the mighty men.
That's it.
Let all the men of war draw near.
Right, okay. because it's been prepared.
Mm-hmm. It says, and when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee.
Right. So when you end your wickedness, that's when the payback is gonna come on your ass. So that was it on that, right?
Yep.
So let's go back to Isaiah 14.
Isaiah 14:4, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased.
Right. So that throne that you had sitting in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, there is no throne. Because you're about to be taken down. You're about to be wiped off the map. You're about to be wiped off the annals of history. But you'll be written about, but this place is going to be gone. Go ahead.
The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke.
Right. So the Lord Yahweh has broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers, because the Lord sets up one, takes down another. So it was your time to go down. And that's what the Lord's putting the spirit on you, like the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart and to not let our forefathers go. He's putting the spirit on you to do and make the scriptures speak about the preparation of the heart. It speaks about the king. The heart of the king is in the Lord's hand, like the rivers of water. He turneth it with us wherever he goeth. So he's using these devils to make certain moves and certain decisions that are affecting even their allies, for them to come and take this devil out. So you're in a losing battle, but you think you're winning because you think you have all the chips in your hand.
Yeah.
And you don't. Go ahead.
He who smote, Isaiah 14:6, he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke.
Right, a continual stroke. I mean, you kept beating and beating and beating and beating. You look, my man said it. I forget the guy's name. He was an older Jake. He was a professor, and he said he searched over and over again. I forget his name.
Yeah.
Of what would be the best solution, how to deal with Esau, right? And he said the only conclusion I could think of is we had to eliminate them all.
Every last one of them. Because
they're nothing but a goddamn plague, and that's exactly what the Most High is going to do. Now I don't know if he said that based upon hearing the Israelites bring out the scripture in Obadiah 1:18, because he didn't mention Obadiah. But what he said goes hand in hand with Obadiah, because that's exactly what's going to be done. The Lord created this devil to be the wicked. He's going to be the wicked to the max, and he's not going to stop. If the Lord didn't shorten the days, there would no flesh be left to be saved, because this devil would destroy the world, the people, the earth, and himself if you let him. Everything. There's nothing holy in this or sacred in this devil's sight. There's nothing that's off limits to him. Everything, that he looks at it, or if he wants it, he's going to take it. Go ahead.
Isaiah 14:6, he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that have ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted and more hindered.
And none hindered. So basically, when you get your up and comings or whatever, however that goes, nobody's going to stop it. Nobody's going to come to your aid. Nobody's going to, step in and get in the way and say, look, nah, leave him alone. That ain't gonna happen. Now I'm gonna look up this word continual stroke. It's two words. I'm gonna look up continual. The word there's balathia, and if you brothers got some precepts, y'all could bring it out.
Okay, I just wanted to kind of before that go land back off you. Said nobody's gonna come and save you.
Okay, what you got?
Jeremiah 51:2.
Let's go.
I'll reword 1. It said, "Thus said the Lord, Yahweh Shemashah, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind, and I will send unto Babylon fanners." So it reminded me of them like nobody's going to come to your rescue,
right? But
in all actuality, the Mosiah is going to have these other nations add to the fire. You see what I'm saying? More fuel for the fire. Those fanners, because the fanner would make the fire hotter. So as they see you go down, they're gonna participate in your fall. And I will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her. See, because this is going to be a coalition of nations that are going to come against Babylon the Great. Okay. It's going to be the actual the beast, Esau's allies. Even Esau's allies are going to come against America. It says Babylon, and I will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. So the Mosiah is going to cause trouble against Babylon the Great. And they're gonna, and all these nations, they're gonna, oh, it's time to go. This is our opportunity. It's now or never. It's now or never. Let's all come together.
God.
You see what I'm saying? Let's all come together. Let's get this bit because she burnt us all, man. Right? Because we was with the whore. You know, we was all playing with the 304. Right? We was all playing with the 304, and she burnt us all. Okay. So yeah, let's come up against her. Let's come up against her. And that's basically what the Mosiah is going to do. That was it. We can go back to.
Okay. So where we're at. Okay. So I want to look up the word continual, right? The word is balathia. It says not except after preceding negation, so as not, in order, not, on account of, not. Yeah, this must be a different. Because sometimes it says without. Okay, sometimes you'll have like a word and it'll give you different ones. I'm looking for the word continual. So continual. Let's see. Let me see the word sarah. Sarah. Sarah is apostasy, defection, turning aside, withdrawal. Withdrawing, a violation of a law. An offense, departure, cessation. Others derive the first, second signification from the root to be stubborn, but for this there is no need to be stubborn. Spoken to turn you away, for false witness. You will revolt. Right. So you pretty much what you're doing is you're pushing. Okay, yeah. If you're pushing that Babylonian cup, that mother of harlots and abominations of the world upon the world, and you constantly, continuously beating them with that, impressing your ways upon the world, and the people of the world are getting sick and tired of you, including your own. So the word there's sawar, the root, to turn aside. Yes, it means like to become an apostate.
Well, the balathia, to go to the root of that.
Oh, balathia. Let me see.
It's balat.
Okay, let me go to that. Does it break it down?
It says to wear out, become old.
Balath, which is what? Balat. Balah. Okay. And it says what? To wear out, become old. Damn. So you pretty much wore the world out like an old pair of work shoes. Them shoes you wore to the soles, you was like leaning on the side to one side. Your shit was, you walking down the street leaning, from all that ass stomping that you done. Hey, well, that goes into that word hammer.
Yeah.
Hey, because you done broke off your heel in people's ass. That shoe, that constant beating.
Yeah.
That's why I said they stamped the residue with the feet thereof. So you done wore that sole out of that shoe from stamping people out. And now they're about to get your ass, man. Let's see. Use up completely.
Yeah, that's it.
Damn.
Yeah, that's it.
Trash. You want to say something?
Nah, I was just, I know he was gonna go with the you basically use up completely. Like there's no more use. He's taking until there's nothing else. And the nation, like, we don't have anything else. There's nothing else that we can give you. We gonna be all destroyed. So we got to come against you, right? But this is what he has done to all the nations. His wine, his philosophy. It has made them. What the scripture said. The nations were mad.
Damn.
Okay. The Lord has what is it? The cup with Jeremiah. That's Jeremiah.
Right.
51.
Yep.
Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand,
yep.
which made all the earth drunken.
Con.
Right. And then it talks about how the nations are mad, meaning they're crazy. Yep. They're enraged with anger and wrath.
Pissed off.
They're pissed off. Because you use them up and be like, God damn, I don't have nothing else. Here it is, it's like you in the boxing ring and you knock the guy out. Or MMA, you knock the guy out and then you hit him, boom, he's out, and you just keep beating him.
Right.
You beat him to death.
Trash.
You beat him to death, wake him up, and beat him back to death again.
Yeah. And the guy's like, damn, man, what the fuck? You know what? Let's read this next one, and then I think we, unless y'all got any other precepts or any other points, just read the next verse there, verse 7.
Isaiah 14:7. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing.
So once you go down, everything is going to be at peace. There's not going to be any more, it's not going to be a second coming of Esau kicking people's ass. That already happened. Back during the Greek and the Roman Empire, you came up, you fell, and you came back up during the Renaissance. Once you go down this time, it's over. You're down for the count.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Well,
it talks about how the Lord, how perpetual sleep. I forget what that scripture is. Where Babylon will basically be like a perpetual. It might be Jeremiah 51st. I'm not sure.
I'm looking for it.
Okay, but it talks
keep
about
on speaking.
The Lord's gonna have Esau basically in a perpetual sleep. You're not gonna awake, basically.
Job 51, 39.
Okay.
It says, in their heat, I will make their feasts, and I will make them drunken, that they may rejoice and sleep a perpetual sleep and not wake, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
See, a perpetual sleep.
And then you got to go to the 57th verse.
Okay.
57. And I will make drunk her princes and her wise men.
Well, that's Trump.
Yep.
That's Trump and all the U.S. world leaders. They just saying whatever the hell they want to say, and thinking that America is going to continue forever. Thinking that nobody can come against America. Thinking that they're going to be able to bully everybody for forever, and nobody's going to come against them. It's not even in their thought that these nations are going to actually come against them. We have the greatest military ever. Mm-hmm. We have the greatest country ever. Your countries are shitholes.
Yeah. Okay,
that's why they cut off Nord Stream pipelines. The weakened Germany, the weakened all these moves that America's making is actually weakening their allies. You're like, God damn, can we eat too? Yeah. I gotta buy natural gas from you when I can buy from him for a fraction of the cost.
Yep.
Now, my borders are being overrun with migrants. There's chaos, and you can trace it all back to America.
Damn, trash. It says, her captains and her rulers and her mighty men, and they shall sleep a perpetual sleep and not wake, saith the King, whose name is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai of hosts.
Hey, so Yahweh Bashem Yahushai said it.
That's it.
It's not of us. The Lord said He gonna perpetual meaning eternity. Okay, yep. you're not gonna wait. Okay, Babylon is gonna be a complete desolate land. Well, the Edomite eventually he's gonna be done away with, right? I
got the last one here, unless y'all got some. Isaiah 13:22, and the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. This is the future of America. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged.
Right.
You know, so the Lord already gave you a set time. You're not going to be able to pass that bound, you know, and when the Lord says that's it, it's over, then it's over.
That's it.
You brothers got anything else?
I got one real quick.
Bring it out. Where you at?
Mr. Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha. Because in Job 9:24, Ecclesiasticus 4:31. And Job 9:24 said the earth was given into the hand of the wicked.
Ecclesiasticus 21.
So in order for someone to give
so.
you something, you have to receive it, right? You just can't go to Esau and he taking it. But you took the blessing from Isaac, blessed thou me, my father. Okay. So Sirach 4:31 says, let not thy hand be stretched out to receive, and shut when thou shouldest repay.
That's right.
So the Lord sent his men out to bring this report until he said, set thy face against Mount Seir and bring this report into it. This is what's happening right now today, man. That's why I say what Revelation 11, they stood before their feet and he trembled.
Yep. Great fear fell upon
the
him.
spirit to bring these men up.
Yep.
So now it's right here in front of your face, and this is what's going on, man. Bring this report into you, man.
Smacking you all in the face.
Yep.
So with that, we pray that your brothers and few sisters have been edified. Till the next time we say, Shalom.
Shalom.